Hey, my gorgeous fellas, this is your April overview. Aries, when the going gets tough, the tough get going, so they say. Don't take the easy way out this month. As Churchill said, when you're going through hell, keep going. Because if you don't, you're going to be stuck and have no way out. Taurus, this is a truly beautiful month for all Taurians. When you feel that pull towards delving into your spirituality, you're being called to account. Do you find purpose and fulfillment in all you do? If not, change it up now. Gemini, it's all about you this month, my dearest gems. Not so much what you say or what you do for a living, but whom you are walking this planet. It's a time of self-discovery, and now you can change everything if you want to. You don't have to stay the same person any longer. Cancer, it's time to take yourself seriously and everything that goes along with that, because once you do, we will all follow suit. But right now, it may feel as though you're not being taken so seriously, and you're not. Change. You know what you want, so go get it. Nothing is stopping you. Leo, a time of intense rebirth is upon you, and you can use this moment to define the rest of your life or simply let it pass you by because of the gravity of it. It'll be your choice. What I can tell you is that you'll be very, very successful. Virgo, wow. Quite simply, everything you set out to achieve this month, you will. And all of the planets, all of them, the entire fucking universe backs you this month. Again, I'll finish this prediction as I started it. Wow. Libra, times have been quite intense, no, but I bet you've loved every minute of it, and it just keeps on rolling in. More of the good stuff in life as you've been through so much. It's now your time, and you truly are ready for the next step. Scorpio, if your relationships aren't working, then it's time to take the lead and cut those off at the knee where they stand that are no longer fulfilling to you. Those that cherish and love you, and vice versa, deserve your time, energy, and love this month. Sagittarius, a mixed bag of goodies makes for an interesting month, Sagey baby. Lots of great little things happening around you, and you will be very happy with where the month finishes up. Welcome in the unique opportunities that will come your way. Capricorn, bloody life lessons, and there's more for you this month. The problem is this: if you don't like or don't want any more life lessons, then get it right the first time so they don't have to keep on sending you these lessons to conquer. Simples. Aquarius, you know what you want to achieve, and these are big, gorgeous, and quite achievable ambitions. Now that you've got that vision, focus now on the groundwork, the basics, the foundations. You've got to get that right first before you can take another step on your way to greatness. And lastly, beautiful Pisces, woohoo! Finances are highlighted this month, and they just get better and better. This isn't something to sniff at, but instead, relish the moment when you can comfortably purchase whatever you desire without having to check your bank balance. How very lovely and liberating will that moment be? Alrighty, my loves, that were your lot for this month. I'll be back for your overview for May. Around about the start of May. Yeah, have a fabulous one. I love taking you beyond the veil, and love, there's nothing but.
This is the word to go, y'all.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Grown Ass Women TV. Oh, yes, that's a hashtag. GAW TV. Looks like these boots were made for walking.
And that's just what I'll do.
Welcome to the show.
Yes. What an intro, my dear. My goodness, Mickie, you look fabulous, darling.
Thanks, darling. So happy to be here.
So great to see you. Lisa, how are you? You look very, very themed for this episode.
Well, it's a welcome to our next guest, just
It's very
playing it light, just light.
Just like
this is a Band-Aid, by the way. I didn't have white tape.
oh my
So
God. We won't tell.
Inside out.
We won't tell. You're so resourceful. We love that. Before we get into the fun, we have Devon here who's amazing, but we're going to get to that in a moment. But before we begin, please do us a favor and like this video. Give us a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Make sure that you're a loyal fan of Team GAW. Make sure that you are a subscriber. Subscribe to this video right now. And last but not least, please click the bell icon to enable notifications so you never miss a future episode. And speaking of which,
Mickie has something. Mickie has something on her sleeve.
My bell.
oh, there you go. Click that bell icon. Perfect. Perfect.
Mickie, you need to get a cowbell because you're in the farm. Like you have
It is a baby cowbell, but there's this. I'm like trying to remember where I got this guy from. But he's now the GAW Bell.
He's very
The GAW
apropos for this. So like, subscribe, click that bell icon. And I can't believe we have over 7,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. We're so grateful to you. Yay!
Yes,
We're going to get to our guest very quickly because we have a lot to discuss with Devon, and we're going to ask him what he's wearing and drinking. But I got to get to you guys first. Let's go. I'll go first quickly. I'm wearing Moodoo London, a fabulous mustard. I love mustard. Just love a bit of mustard.
so
Mustard
good.
fedora, complete with included hat clip there with some feathers. I believe this is new look. I'm just drinking some slim wine. It's the red version. It's La Rosa. Zero carbs, zero sugar. Very happy to have some delicious red wine without the guilt. Mickie, I want to go to you next, and then we'll get to Lisa with her themed outfit. Look,
well, I'm wearing the
perfect.
Akira. I believe it's Shop Akira, but it's a full piece.
Shop Akira.
Wait a minute. Shop Akira is one of my favorite brands ever from Chicago.
How about that? With
Oh
these
my God.
Madden boots
Oh,
that are like cowboy boots, but they come all the way up, guys.
Oh my God.
They're like a polo, like your English style saddle, horse riding, but with heels.
Well, I had to give it up for Joaquin. You guys know my stylist Joaquin, who sent me this Shop Akira. He sent me this to wear for when I was commentating or to do like something at WWE. And obviously, COVID, life. It's literally been hanging in my closet. And I was like, you know what? I knew Val was dressing up. I knew you were doing a theme. I didn't really have anything camo, like where I couldn't find it. So I was like, I know what I'm doing.
I didn't even know that it was Shop Akira. Shop Akira is a Chicago-based brand that I stumbled upon, and they are amazing. We'll include the links because they are so good, and it's a very underrated brand.
Oh, future sponsorship.
Future sponsor. Yeah. We'll see. Lisa, you knew who was
saying New Look. I really love New Look. When I'm in the UK, I go in there.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah, they're fantastic.
I've never been.
And you probably go to Top Shop a lot.
Yes.
We go Top Man, but I love Top Shop. New Look is really good. And what's the next? Is the other one?
Yep. River Island is probably my number one. I love New Look as well. Next, Top Shop. There's some really great ones here, but I'm telling you, I can't believe that Shop Akira because I thought this was this gem that I stumbled upon. I went, oh my God, they have other stores. What's
the belt? They come with the belt? Oh, I thought it was a onesie. I thought it was a onesie.
Put this belt in the middle, which is Lulu's, and all my accessories are all Lulu's.
I need that belt.
Okay,
including my golden handcuffs, which
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Very wonderful.
You said they hurt. They hurt though.
Well,
they hurt.
That's the thing about golden handcuffs is that they're expensive and they're so pretty.
They are.
But they still hurt and they're still just as tight. You know what I mean?
They're sexy. Even Pixie approves clearly.
Yeah,
Lisa, please tell us how you created this outfit.
I was trying to look for like my orange and yellow and black and gray from, the 3D, right? Spike, Dudley, Bubba, and Devon. And I only had camouflage. I've worn this on another show because ODB. And but I put a Band-Aid around my glasses. So I don't have white tape.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like,
it looks like white tape though. So I'm impressed.
Right? I thought, yeah. I'll be honest with you. It is sticking to my right here. I'm sure gonna get a rash tomorrow.
I feel bamboozled.
But you know what? You know what'll clear it up? Drunk Elephant.
That's right, Drunk Elephant skincare that's making a comeback. Don't call it a comeback. Drunk Elephant's been here for years. They're making a comeback to GAW TV. We can't wait to share that with you for sure. But Lisa, I think what we should do, Mickie, I'll see if you agree. I think we should hide you before Devon comes in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll surprise him, kind of like a Mick Foley throwback. We'll surprise him. You're like, yes, I approve.
Yes.
She's so in theme. She's so in character tonight. Gimmick, running wild. Let's do it. So we're going to invite our fabulous guest, but let's hide you for a moment, Lisa, okay? She's literally, well, we're just going to turn your camera off, but you don't have to actually hide, but you do you.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
perfect. We'll hide you. We'll introduce our special guest, Devon, to the show. Welcome to Grown Ass Women TV, Devon. No, you're never going to get it. This time, never gonna get it. I wish we could use that music.
I know, that's what you both been saying to me for years.
No, not this time. Hey, Devon.
What's up, ladies?
How are you?
We're so happy to see you.
Thank you. I'm doing so much better. And
Brother Brown Bear. Wait a minute. So first of all, welcome to GAW TV. We love you so much. But Lisa, who does love a theme, she wanted to dress appropriately. So, Lisa, are you ready? She loves a theme. She might be a dinosaur. We never know what she's going to wear. Oh.
Hold on, I don't see.
Yeah.
I only have this camouflage because I wanted the orange and yellow and gray. But
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can you do that again? You only what?
Testify.
Oh,
seems
yeah.
Like you were doing seems like you were doing a whole bunch of testifying at the Royal Rumble.
I know, right?
Yes.
Were you happy? Were you
Yeah.
proud?
Well, I was proud, but I was sad because I wasn't there.
I know. I know.
Yeah. But it's
know.
all right. I mean, I'm beating this thing, and I'm almost back to normal again. So.
We're so happy. We're so happy to hear that you're doing well. And I want to say thank you because you had me on your podcast, Table Talk with Devon. I loved it. I had a great time with Mo and Lindsay. Tell us about your podcast for the fans here. If they don't know about it, they should be listening.
Absolutely. Well, Table Talk, and we say it best. It's nothing serious. It's just table talk. We're just having fun, just like you ladies are doing. We don't just talk wrestling. We talk everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. It could be politics, which we don't want to really hit on because, when you talk politics, some people get mad and angry when you don't agree with them. So we don't really want to hit that. Religion, because now I'm actually an ordained reverend now.
Did you guys know this?
What?
Yeah.
What's that process? Like, how do you do that? Like, how do you do that?
Well, you got to know the word.
There's a book you have to study. You might have heard of it, girl.
Yeah. It was like one of the best sellers for years, maybe even decades.
It was huge.
Isn't it free at the hotels we stayed at?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, even though it was on the bestseller list, it was free for a long period of time. Some people, didn't want to, they didn't like what the author said and what they wrote in the book, but you know how that works.
Yeah. That's the controversy surrounded by. I have to tell you, so Devon told me this on his podcast. Table Talk. We'll put the links in the description so you can go see that.
Absolutely.
Little cheap plug.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
But my husband Alan was like, "Oh, now he tells us when we're already married." That would have been hilarious.
Oh, that would have been great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I figured I almost came close to death, so I might as well just try to get my life right completely and do the right thing.
I love that.
Okay,
hold on. I got to take these glasses off. I can't see.
The gimmick is ruined.
Okay, I'm confused because I'm so out of the loop on everything. What was your health issue, Mickie?
Well, I had a stroke. I had a stroke November 13th. And I was, I kept it a secret. I didn't really say anything. And the dirt sheets were basically, I guess they figured out that I wasn't at TV and they were suspecting something was off. They, not that I got fired or anything, but something was off. And I was off the show for a while too, Table Talk, and Bailey was on the show. And I just made a surprise, appearance on it. And, Mo and Lindsay, who are the people on the show, they were like, "Welcome back, Devon. What's going on?" And I said, "Well, I had a little health issue." And when I said that, the dirt sheets went crazy and they started having me in the grave. And so I didn't really want to say anything too much about it. And then I think it was last week or a week before, I had Matt Hardy on the show. And Matt said, "D, I'm glad you're doing better and everything's going well." I said, "Thank you. I'm not going to let a stroke ruin me." And that let the cat out of the bag. But, I'm doing so much better now. And, I was in Hollywood, California for NBC.
Thanks for the call. Okay.
Oh, no.
I would have came to visit you.
Well, you where in the hospital?
Yeah.
Well, no, my wife couldn't even visit me in the hospital because of COVID.
Oh,
they're
COVID.
they're so locked down.
Out of town.
I was out of town. I was doing the old show, Punky Brewster, is making a comeback.
Wow.
And so WWE and NBC wanted me to go down there and help produce the show because Alexa Bliss and Charlotte was on the show and they wanted me to help to choreograph it. So I said, yeah, absolutely.
So
we
fun.
did this. Yeah, we choreographed, did everything like that. But when it came time for the actual shoot, that morning about 5:30 in the morning, I got up to go to the bathroom, and I couldn't feel my legs. I couldn't feel my legs, and I was like, "What's going on?" And and they put me in a hell of a suite. It was a nice suite. It was huge, and I got up, tried to get up again, and when I got up, I fell and hit my mouth. My bottom lip went into my teeth, and I was crawling to the bathroom at this point because I didn't want to pee on myself. So
Nobody
I
does.
tried to get nah.
No,
Again.
Not doing that again.
Yeah.
Long night.
Yeah. So I tried to get up on the toilet and I couldn't. And my phone was ringing, and it was my wife. And I spoke to her right before I went to bed, and I told her I was going to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning because I had to be on set real early. So I wanted to make sure I got my workout in. Lisa, just like when we do the autograph signings, I'm up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning hitting the gym. And when I didn't answer the phone, she knew something was wrong. So she called the front desk. The front desk came up, sent security up to my room, and they knocked on the door. I said, I can't get up. You have to open the door. They found me on the floor.
Oh.
Yeah, they found me on the floor. They called the ambulance, and my wife said, I think you're having a stroke. I said, there's no way. I'm too young to have a stroke. And when the ambulance got me, they said, no, you're having a stroke, Mr. Hughes. And I was just like, wow.
Wow.
And they took me to the hospital. And not only that, but I was bleeding internally as well. I didn't know that and everything. Yeah. So I'm sorry.
Like a hemorrhage or like
yeah, it was like the hemorrhage from inside from the stroke too. That helped. And so what they did was they ran a stent in my groin to go up to break up the blood clots. I had brain surgery as well. They had to go up. So they had to go up into the brain to break up the blood clot. And I was a mess. I was a mess, and I didn't know it. And I mean, they say that what we do is stressful, and it is. It really is. And the stress that I guess I was under, when you go from talent to producer, you're under a lot of stress sometimes. And the stress was getting to me, and it finally caught up with me.
I
So,
knew
but
you
W,
had
but,
health issues, but you never want to pry with someone. I assumed that you tell us.
We thought you had
I never
COVID.
want to look at the dirt sheets either. You know what I mean? Because you never
Right.
know what they sensationalize everything, and they make it this what do we call it, girls? Like clickbait.
Clickbait.
You
Right.
never know what to expect or what's real and what's not. So I really appreciate you sharing that story with us. That sounds absolutely terrifying. I'm so glad you're
Yeah,
okay.
and and the doctor told me, they said if your wife didn't call the front desk and they came and got you, in a second you would have been dead.
Oh my
By the
God.
time they got up there, I would have been dead. And and I only had like 30% on my left side. That was it. And so that was troubling right there. Not to be able to walk or what have you. It was a scary situation, but I wasn't in pain. That's the thing. I wasn't in pain. You would think that I would have been in pain or something. I wasn't in pain at all. I couldn't feel my legs. That was really it. I couldn't feel my legs. So, I tried to keep it a secret, and I guess my pride did it. I didn't want anybody to know. I didn't want the fans to know, because the Dudley boys have always been this big, strong tag team, and nothing was going to take us down. And like I said, I tried to hide it, and I guess I was kind of embarrassed too by it. So that's why when the Dirt Sheets did what they did, I was so angry because I didn't want anybody to know.
Yeah.
But they did it, and I was just, and it was so overwhelming with not only with talent that found out at TV, but the fans were so overwhelming with the get well wishes and all of that. The one person that I love, I gotta hold on, because I gotta be careful what I say, because social media will take it and switch it around. The one person that I really admire the most was Stephanie McMahon. She called and left a message, and she said, Devon, it's Stephanie. I heard about, what's going on. And, sorry I missed you. And at the time she called me, I was having brain surgery. And she was just like, I just want to make sure you're okay, and you're doing well. We're all pulling for you, and so forth and so on. And then, she said the one thing that really got me was, she says, I spoke to your wife and I heard everything is going well, but I want to hear it from you. So I'm going to call you back. And sure enough, she did. And at that point, I was with the doctors, so I couldn't answer the phone. And I called her back and we were just laughing. She said, Devon, if you didn't want to go and do the show and produce it, you didn't have to go to this extreme. And we just laughed. We just laughed. I thought it was the funniest thing. But that right there showed me, how much love Stephanie really has for a person, when she likes you. And to care that much, she didn't have to do that. This is Stephanie McMahon. She didn't have to. She could have just left the phone call and that was it, and left the message. But
Val has never met Stephanie, but she's so genuine.
She is
my personal Jesus. I'm a big fan, just a little bit.
Yeah, she's incredible. So that's why it also pissed me off when the dirt sheets. I used the word infatuation. I said I was infatuated with Stephanie. And I meant it in the utmost respect. And they went and just went to town with it. Cause I said, she's a beautiful person inside and out. She's cunning, she's smart, she's witty, and then I said, what did I say? I said, I'm infatuated with her, but I meant that in a good way. And the dirt sheets just went and ran with it. And Devon's in love with Stephanie and this and that. I'm like, dude, I just got over this stroke and you guys are doing this. I'm like, are you serious? Yeah. And then they were tagging Triple H. Triple H, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this?
What is it?
Please. And somebody said, oh, well, I guess somebody's about to be future endeavored. I was like, wow. I was like, this is great.
I thought they were going to say, this is a good storyline. That's what I did.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't have been mad if they would have said that. I mean, shucks. I mean, but in hindsight, Vince called, but again, I was in the shower when he called, and it was funny. I called him back and he didn't answer, but it was at TV. And so when I called him back, he didn't answer. I sent him a text message. I said, Vince, it's Devon. I said, sorry, I missed your call. I was in the shower. Now, remind you, he FaceTimed me and I missed it. And he just wrote back, and if you can do it, if you can hear it in Vince's voice, ha ha ha. He was like, I'm so glad you didn't pick up the phone.
I love it. Well, we're so sick of these clickbait news journalists in wrestling, spinning things
Fake
around
news.
to fit their agenda. But I think if we turn this negative into a positive, we could get some promotion here and we could start our own rumors. We could say, hey, did you know that Vince McMahon and Devon chat in the shower occasionally? And we could say, we've seen Mickie communing with Matthew McConaughey.
Well, right before you came on the show, Val, I got so angry that they did that with Stephanie, and I said, you know what? If I told everybody I was gay, they wouldn't really print that. Even if I did, they would put it in a negative light. So I said, yes, I'm gay, and I'm going to be on a RuPaul drag queen show, and they took it and ran with it. They took that and ran with it. And then I had some people, not all, but some, when I say half a percentage of people were offended that I said that. And I just went, what? I was like, I'm just trying to make a point that no matter what I say, they're going to take it and twist it into their own words. And sure enough, they did. And somebody said, oh, you shouldn't use the platform to try to prove a point, by using the gay community.
No,
I was like, dude, I'm not.
No, that would be my two worlds colliding. You, Brother Brown Bear, and drag race wrestling, and all into one. That's my dream. That's my dream right there. Please do it. You make a handsome woman.
Well, thank you. And I even told the one guy that was offended. I said, listen, I said, my brother's gay. I said, I have a lot of gay friends. He goes, you sound like some old white guy who or some old racist white guy who says, oh yeah, I got black friends. I'm not racist. Yeah. I'm like, dude, I was like, oh God. So
you can't win.
Yeah, you can't win. You really can't win. But at the same token, I how do I say this? I basically watch. It's almost like you gotta watch what you say now because they are so looking for any little thing to twist and turn. Well, you said that. Yeah, but damn well I didn't mean that. Come on, you know what I meant. You know, if I said, Hey girls, I'll be right back. I mean, it's hot as hell out here. I think I'm about to take a shit. I don't mean I'm leaving and going to take a shit. I mean, it's hot as hell out here, but I'm not going to go take a shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, but I always say it must be a slow
social
news
media.
day. They take anything and turn it into clickbait. It's happened to all of us, and we're very careful. We pick and choose. And kudos to the great news outlets that are that have ethical, moral standards, and they're great. But there's so many that aren't, and it's such a shame.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, and I even said the one thing I said too. I said, why don't they report good news? I said my mother had COVID. She contracted COVID and she beat it, and she's now doing phenomenal. I said, but you don't see them taking those and putting that in the public. Why?
Right.
Because it's not news that's worthy enough in their eyes to cause controversy to get people to click on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's
You know
just
what's
media in a nutshell, isn't it? If it bleeds, it leads, and if it does that. But I try to. You know what my favorite button is, D? The block
Hmm?
button.
Block.
I hit that
Yes.
block button quick.
Yes.
I don't even let
Yep.
them know it's coming. I'm just like, ooh, block.
Yep.
Ooh,
Yeah.
And that's
go,
what I do.
go,
Because
you go,
every
they go.
or
They
and
go.
I'm still trying to figure it out. Like I'll hit the block button too, and I'm like you. But what I like to do is I like to say my little piece and then block them. But then I'm
Yeah,
sitting up
me
here.
too.
See,
Yeah,
I
but
don't have the satisfaction.
Right, but then I'm like, do they
Because the
really
other
see
fans,
what I'm
the fans
saying?
will bury him. The other fans will bury him.
Oh yeah, they'll come at me.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
You know what's bonkers though with Devon? Like you changed your whole lifestyle. Like you're getting up at 4 a.m., working out, and you cut back on your drinking. Like, not that you had a drinking problem. I'm not saying
Yeah.
that. That's not another that's
No.
not another title. But you were
Right, right.
dieting and you ate super healthy. And
Yes.
then now that stroke happened after you totally revamped, your fat percentage went down and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Crazy.
Like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
stress is a mother jumper, isn't it?
Well, it
they
is,
say
and
stress
that's
is the number one killer. Stress is
Yeah.
the number one killer, and I can only imagine, going from being one of the boys. I think that when you said that, like going from one of the boys in the locker room leader to agent and making that transition, but it's
very hard.
It's very hard, and I think it's hard on us too, because as a worker, you've worked so hard as to be just one of the boys, one of the brothers.
Right.
And when you take that office position, you almost take your brother boots off. In
You
a
Yeah.
really
way.
do.
So
Like,
you take your brother boots off, and
Brother
that's tough.
yep, like look at Val.
First of all, because I call him, we have a mutual name. I call him Brother Brown Bear, but I want to hashtag Brother Boots. Brother Boots is like, I feel like that should be a company, or like if you ever make like a t-shirt company, or like collar and elbow and stuff, please call it Brother Boots, because that's adorable.
I am. Brother Boots
Brother
will be. That'll be my next T-shirt. Because
And
I have a T-shirt.
funny? You know what's funny too, Devon, is like you said you woke up at 4 a.m. at the Comic Cons when we did appearances together,
Mhm.
and you would habitually be an hour late to our ride to our Comic Con.
Yeah, I
signing.
would.
And where I go, what's going on? I go, I'm missing out on fans right now. And then Devon comes down, just taking a sweet ass time. And I was like, dude, we were supposed to be at the Comic Con an hour ago. He goes, I'm on WWE time. Legend status, the legend
Yeah.
status. That's like that. When
I
you
love
can-
that.
I learned that from The Rock. There was a couple of times that Bubba and I used to, when we were working with The Rock, we were doing programs with him. Rocky and Bubba and I used to all hang out after the shows and stuff, and we go eat and everything. And we would always, Rock would be the last one to get downstairs, the last one to shower. And God forbid we're at the arena and Rocky was the main event. We had to wait for him to finish. And then he would take this shower, and it would be the longest shower in the history of showers. And we'd be like, damn, Rock, come on, man, they're going to close the restaurant. And Rock would be like, don't worry about it. I'm The Rock. They ain't closing it. And he was right. They didn't close it. They kept it open.
Wow. I personally think about The Rock
Ric
taking
Flair.
showers all the time, but I didn't know they were long showers. Wait, what?
Yeah, you got to.
Wait, he just wanted to make sure all his pores were cleansed.
Oh, he
You
was
know,
cleansed. The brother.
exfoliation. I
It
appreciate
was funny because the showers. It's like the high school showers, in
Yeah.
the arenas. You know what they are, Mickie. So it was like the high
Oh
school
no,
showers.
I
So
don't shower there. I have flip flops, and I still won't shower at the arena.
Ugh.
Sometimes I will.
yeah, and a lot of
Funk and get to my hotel room and shower in the clean shower before I shower in some of.
a lot of people would like that in the wrestling world. But it was great because Rock would and he take a shower, and I mean, he was covered with suds from head to toe, and we'd be sitting up there, Rock, God damn, look at you, man, and he'd be like, why y'all looking at me take a shower?
Well,
That's enough.
you don't have photos from your old times, do you?
I was gonna say, should I take
Hold on,
Take this
no
off your
shower, no shower. Listen, I already had half of the world thinking I was gay, and then when I said I
Hey.
wasn't, they got mad at me.
Really?
You can't win. You just can't win. No,
Yeah.
I do want to ask you, Devon, though. I think it's an interesting question that I'd actually personally like to know, because you having this illustrious career in professional wrestling as an on-air talent, as a wrestler, obviously as a superstar, and then you transitioning into agent behind the scenes. Was there any heat with the boys? And I ask this because even me, I'm not a wrestler by any means, but I was kind of, doing ring girl stuff and then announcing and blah, blah, blah. And then I got a couple things that were a little bit office. And even me on my very, very small scale, people would go, oh, office. And because it was like a weird us versus them mentality. Did you get any weirdness from the boys when you switched over?
Not really. What I mean, I there was some in some aspects, because again, when you go
putting
from
my other glasses on. When we were talking about your stroke, it was too serious, and I felt like I was I was being too disrespectful.
You actually need the
no,
glasses.
you're fine. No, but I
Okay.
there were a couple of times where I felt that when I would walk in the room, like, oh, shh, and I'm just like, and I was like, guys, come on, man, it's really. I was like, I'm not gonna sit here and you don't have to watch what you say around me. I mean, I'm still one of the boys,
Yeah.
But
Right.
like when I was with the New Day and the Usos and the Bar, and Eric and Brody, they were cool, man. They were cool as hell, and they never looked at me as being office. They would make fun sometimes, just joking around, but no one ever said, "Oh, shh," really, like in a real sense. Oh, Devon, he's go, shh. They were all cool. Bray was very cool. So many, people were very, very cool when I made that transition. So I never really had the problem, but there were just some of the younger guys were little. Now I'm not gonna say intimidated, but they were kind of like they didn't know if I was still one of the boys or not. But they always tell you.
They all worshipped you, though, Devon, as the younger talent. They worshipped you, so they still have that intimidation factor where they're like, "Oh, it's Devon. He's a legend, Hall of Famer." Like, I don't want him to.
Yeah.
I don't want him to
Well,
me,
I will say this: there was so much respect, because I doubted myself when they asked me to become a producer. I remember sitting back and going, these guys, what the hell would they take advice from me from? I didn't put myself in that category, of guys looking up to me or really taking in the knowledge that I'm telling them. I thought they just looked at me as, okay, I'm Devon, the guy that they were in the ring with. And, so many of the guys would say, especially New Day and the Usos, they were like, nah, they were like, we love you. Devon, what do you have to say? Please let us know. And I would give my little insight. And they'd be like, oh man, great. I love that. Yeah, let's do that. And it made me feel good, because I really didn't think that the guys would take me under their wing, not under the wing, but take, my words, what I had to say.
Yeah, you're authority.
Seriously.
You're an authority figure. You're the teacher now.
Yeah, because you got to remember, these are the guys that I used to drink with, hang out with, and things like that, and joke around with. So now all of a sudden I got a suit and tie, and I'm walking in there going, all right, boys, here's what Vince wants. And blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh God.
Full circle, doesn't it? That's amazing.
Yeah, it really does. Like, for instance, Mickie, when she was, with some of the matches that she had, I was the producer for. And then I felt really, really like with the women, it was weird, man, because I felt like Fit Finley did such a phenomenal job with the women that I was like, how the hell can I top Fit Finley? I was like, what kind of advice can I give them? I was so intimidated to work with the women, because I was like, there's no way I can do what Fit did with them. Fit did amazing things with these women and got so many things out of them, and people got to understand.
But clap it back. Love them.
It was just, I misfit. I really do. If I'm
But
not
it was
mistaken.
fun. Are we so much more fun than the guys, though? Seriously?
Yeah.
Look at
Yes,
this-
you guys, you know, yes, you were. Listen.
See, that would take too long.
Yeah,
You
listen,
hesitated.
I look at it like this. You guys, the women didn't give me any issues. In other words, a lot of times, you know, like I'll give you a prime example. And it's just it happens everywhere, but some of the guys, you know, like a certain direction and where Vince wanted them to go, and they didn't see it going that way, or they felt that it hurt their character or what have you. You know, there was always a Devon, I don't know if I want to do this. And I'm like, oh shit, here we go. I got to go to Vince and tell him this, you know, but the women were just like, yeah, anything you want, Devon. I was like, oh, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I remember going to
But
John
Devon, the
Lauren.
women always say that to you. Am I right?
Yeah. Well, you know,
Just
hey,
kidding.
you know, big, hey,
You
big
still
brown,
got
Whatever you want, babe.
hey,
You
big brown
still
bear.
got it.
You still got it. You still got it. Brother Brown Bear.
But, like, I think like in our
I'm like,
generation,
that
like
wasn't
when,
my match. Clearly, that wasn't my match.
Yeah, Mickey's like, what now?
you know what's weird? Like I don't remember going to fit going, I'm not comfortable doing that. And then them saying Victoria doesn't want to do that. I would, whatever you want, like this is a business where storyline, whatever you see us going, we would never like, unless it helped the storyline or something like that, we would never be difficult to work with. We were just like,
Yeah, I
okay,
don't
that's-
think that. I just more think like, well, I do think that there's been a few times if it was like to me it didn't make zero sense, but it's more about working with my agent and go like, okay, well, how can we make this make sense?
Exactly, and that's the thing.
How can
And
and
some-
it doesn't bury me? How can we switch? We'll flip it and it'll still be great. How can
Yeah.
we
Because, and it got to the point where after a little while, I kind of, when direction was given to me and what to give to talent, it was like, you know, I would sit back and think about it, and then I would say, well, I got a feeling they're not going to like this and they're not going to like that because I don't like it. So now I'm sitting back and I'm thinking, okay, how can I do this to where it's going to be able to be,
Everybody's
everybody's happy, you know, especially the
you
boss.
can't do that. You can't do that. You can't please everybody.
Just
You
like the
can't.
cheats, you can't win.
Well,
No.
it's
Everybody-
such an egoic
One of
business, isn't it? Which is why the business is so successful and why stars are stars, because you have to have a healthy sense of ego. I think
Yeah.
a healthy, you
Mm-hmm.
know, there's a difference between healthy and completely insane ego, right? But I think a healthy one is good to know what's going to work and what's going to be good. You know what I mean?
Right.
And your own stuff to have that, like, you know, knowledge and respect for yourself to kind of stand up for certain things, but at the same time I think sometimes it gets out of control and people get way too analytical about like you know,
Yeah.
Well, I know there was
it's
sometimes I
stuff
would
that
sit
people
there.
aren't even paying attention to. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Sometimes I would sit there and tell talent, I'm like, I don't think this is the mountain or the hill we should die on.
They're
I think
not
we should
all-
just let this. Yeah, I was like, just let it go.
Yeah.
Let's just
Pick
do
and
it to
choose
the
your
best.
battles.
Yeah,
Well,
pick
we
and choose
have
your
photos.
battles, and let's just do it to make, you know, to do it the right way, the way Vince wants it, and you know, then we can go talk to him later about it, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it always worked that way, you know. I was
Yeah.
always able to find a way, thank God, to satisfy both, you know, talent and Vince. And sometimes that was extremely hard and it was extremely stressful.
Right.
And again, I've been doing now producing for 4.5 years now. And so going on my 5th year. Wow, I can't believe it's been that long.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And
What was the
and,
hardest part? Was it like tradition, like that part, or like calling the matches live, or like what's the?
well, definitely calling the
think?
matches live. I think trying to please everyone was the hardest, but
Right.
definitely calling it, you know,
That's
in the
what-
headset. That
Mhm.
was very difficult because, you know, you got Kevin Dunn who's in the truck, who's doing 1,001 things. And, you know, he's trying to, you know, get the product where it should be on TV, hitting
Right.
the right angles, the right camera shots and things like that. So it's my job as a producer. I have to know the match inside and out,
right.
and I have to be able to be ahead of the game when they're performing inside the ring. I got to be able to call it to Kevin before it happens, so he knows to get what camera shot to get and how to get it in place. I'm gonna tell you right now, sometimes with the New Day and the Usos, man, it was hard because they were bang, bang,
They're
bang, they
all
were
over
going.
the place.
Oh,
right?
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
So I learned a little theory, like it's almost like Cliff Notes in a sense. Like I would get what I knew needed to be caught on camera, and I wouldn't worry about the other stuff, you know. So
Right.
any,
Yeah.
positioning, high spots, dives, things like that. So
The
I
key
would
out,
make sure,
right.
yeah,
Can I make
saves.
it like on a suggestion? Like when I went back for the Rumble,
Mhm.
the only people, the most people I knew were the cable guys that move the cables when you're walking around the ring, and then the camera crew. And I used to go to the camera crew and say, "Hey, I'm gonna hit this move. Can you get a close up on my face? Because I'm gonna do a freaking psychotic face." But
Right.
the communication with, you need to have communication, not just with the agent, but the camera. They have the power to make you look good, and the sound, and like you got to appreciate the
You're not
lower
supposed to
totem
tell them
pole.
that.
Like they're not low on the totem pole,
Please,
but where they're part of our show. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So it's like
Huge
you have to
part.
utilize.
They're either going to
Sorry?
catch those moments or they're not. So yeah, a huge part of the show. Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Lisa, don't tell them all our secrets. Kayfabe, sister.
Just fist,
Sorry, I'm
it is
sorry.
it. My God. Well,
'Cause
by the
my-
way, we were going to do this.
I didn't do spot fest. I wasn't a girl that goes boom, 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 flying all over the place. I go,
Yeah,
hey,
it's more
just
here,
get
right?
my face. Get
Yeah.
my face. Just get my face.
Mhm.
I'll
All
tell
of
a
it.
story right there. Yeah.
There's the story.
For sure. Now, Devon, we do a thing on the show. We usually do it early, but we were so excited to see you. We got off on a tangent. We do a thing called "Who Are You Wearing? What Are You Drinking?" And I want to know. We're going to start with you, our guest of honor, because I want to know what's on your shirt.
Oh, it's a 2015 Europe shirt
cool.
that yeah, if you could just take a look with all our faces
Sure.
on it.
There's a
from
lot
the
of
tour.
faces on there.
Wow, that's a
Oh,
lot.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. Some of them aren't with the company anymore. Some of them have moved on to other companies and things like
Collector's
that.
item?
I wasn't there yet. I hadn't come back yet.
Yeah, you hadn't come back yet,
Oh,
but
no?
now the T-shirt that I should have worn, but that I have here is this one. It's "Oh My Brother," and then on the back, "Testify."
Oh my God,
yeah.
I want
DDA.
that. Oh,
Yeah.
we should have asked you to send that
Yes.
to us first. We would have all done
Yes.
that.
I want to
Yeah.
wear that. Tell us about the
Well, the
Academy. Oh my God. I
Yeah,
actually
the
have so many
Academy.
friends back in Orlando that are like lifelong friends that actually went to the Academy that you and Bubba were running out in Kissimmee. But tell us about the Academy.
Yeah. All right. Well, Bubba and I started in 2007 in Kissimmee, and Bubba left Florida and moved to Connecticut. And now he opened up his own school in Connecticut. And I just felt like I needed to do things on my own because at first we were doing Team 3D in Orlando and then Team 3D in Connecticut. And I was just like,
It's a
I need to
lot.
do this. Yeah, I need to do this on my own. This is my baby now. I'm running this. And so I basically called it Devon Dudley Academy, DDA. And it's been going great. We got over 70 students. I mean, it's growing phenomenal, and to the point where we gotta get another building. It's so it's really big,
Wow.
and so I'm
Wow.
really really happy about it. So we decided, I decided to try to really get this going with T-shirts and stuff like that. I'm looking to get the face mask now with the DDA logo on it, towels with the DDA logo on it. I mean, I'm looking to really branch out and do things. And the T-shirt was the first thing. And the great thing about it is I had gotten 24 T-shirts made, and already the first dozen and a half are already sold.
Awesome.
That's
A
amazing.
Yeah,
a
so-
testament, not
You know who-
testify. Sorry, a
You have to
testament to
send-
you,
you have to-
Devon. Go ahead, Lisa.
You need to send, sorry.
You go.
You need to send Val Venus the towel with your hello, ladies.
Yes.
You used to use a red roof towel that was like sandpaper. Sandpaper.
That doesn't sound nice in the
Count
area.
6 might be worse.
No, yeah. I was gonna say that's a
Who?
testament to you, Devon. Testify, Devon. A testament to you because, I mean, some of the talent that's come out of your Kissimmee school has been amazing. But I'm hoping that your students are watching. We're gonna put all of the information on your school in the YouTube description. So if you guys, if you're man enough, you're woman enough, you want to try things out for yourself, who better to learn from than, of course, Devon himself. But I'm
Thank
so
you.
excited that you could be here. Can I ask if you have any advice for students that would want to join your school and kind of what you're looking for in the next superstar?
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is, of course, athletic ability is one. And two, my thing, my thing is this. A lot of students go to wrestling schools that basically a guy has opened up a warehouse. They put a ring in there, and he has no
Nothing.
nothing, just nothing
Yeah.
about this business, and
I
he's
agree.
willing to take your money and try to teach you how to wrestle and go where you want to go. But meanwhile, he's never been where you're trying to go. So find a person who's been there and he has a reputable name. So then you better believe that that's going to be a reputable school. And that's what I always say all the time. If you go to if you want to be a brain surgeon, you got to go to the top schools that's going to teach you how to be a brain surgeon, not someone who just opened up a freaking clinic and said, okay, I'm going to teach somebody how to do brain surgery. That's not it. You can't do that, because somebody's life, is in your hands. And it's the same thing in the wrestling business.
Wrestling, yeah.
You can't go hurt people and do all of that, because we have to go from one town to the other and wrestle and take care of one another and make some money together. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And so
the art is not really truly hurting somebody. And I was saying this on a previous show, that when people are like going, oh, what school should I go to? And I'll plug in some schools. They're like, oh yeah, but is there anything local for me? And I'm like going, dude, we all left our homes, picked up, moved to where someone on TV that has been there knows what business is about. You don't go to some freaking
guy in your backyard. Yeah. Or like, the school I started with, and I'm grateful for my start. I say that, but they had never been, and then I had to go back and relearn a lot of stuff. So I'm grateful that they broke me into business, but it was really a year of me like learning the basics to learn enough to know that I had to learn a lot more and relearn.
Well, that's what I
mean?
That's what I get from a lot of students that come from other schools. Because their old habits that they formed and things like that, and you got to break. And I tell students all the time, I'm like, I still work for the company.
Yeah.
And I know what they're looking for. I know what they want. Yeah. And right now,
my niece wants to learn how to wrestle, both of them.
No,
and I know that's what I said. You're not allowed to, but I was like, well, there's certain schools. There's only a couple schools I would even like think about sending her to. But I would have to like teach her the basics first. I think I would kind of see if she truly wants to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But
how old is she, Mickie? How old?
19.
Okay, well, she's.
Oh yes.
Well, like I tell.
The other one's way too young. She's not. No, I'm just saying.
Like we have a few people now in NXT from my school that has been up there. We just had someone try out. Had a PC tryout. We had a couple actually that did a PC tryout. We had a couple of people go to AEW and do dog matches, things like that. My twin boys, Terrence and Terrell, they're over there.
Talk about your boys.
Yep.
Yeah, your boys. Let's talk about that. Yeah, right, Mickie?
Yeah, I'm proud.
They're so great. I love those.
Yeah, I'm proud of them. They're doing great. And the thing about it is I want them to learn their own. And people kept asking, why aren't they with you in WWE? Well, they want their own identity. Yeah. And that's the thing. So it was no different than when Dustin did it, left Dusty and went and did the Gold Dust gimmick. Everybody thought he was crazy to do that type of gimmick, but yet it got over and it gave Dustin his own identity.
Right.
And that's what the twins need. They don't need to be around Daddy all the time, or Daddy doesn't need to fight the battle. They need to go out and do their own thing.
Yeah.
And be men in this business. Daddy can't fight your battles. Right. Daddy can't do all of that. I taught you how to wrestle. Now go out there and do your craft. Do what you were taught. And that's the bottom line. So now they can make their own decisions. They're doing their own thing. And I'm proud of them. Listen, are you going to fall? Absolutely. But you need to pick yourself back up and keep going. Don't stop.
Yeah. Well, and that's part of being the lessons, right? In the business. It's like you need to fall. Yeah. Experience that, because that made us smarten up a little bit and work so much harder, like on, I didn't know that. And you have to fall, because normally like people with the kids, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but the Legends kids have it hard. You have big shoes to fall. I mean,
and
to fill. Okay,
Yeah.
Mickie, I'm sorry, I interrupted.
No, I was gonna say, well, not just that, like second generation, it is big shoes to fill, especially if it was someone who was such a big star. You know what I mean? And does, but I think that even in our own careers, those trips to like going out of the country and doing those tours and all the grunt work of breaking the rings down and
Yeah.
setting them up in the travel and like really it defines you as a woman and as a man. It really like built your character and your character development into that thing to where you were able to then go on and use all these experiences to make even a bigger name and better money and all that stuff. So I think it's a smart decision.
For sure.
'Cause then
Exactly.
they would excel wherever they're going to excel wherever they go, but why not, you know, and plus we
Yep.
appreciate like a little bit more gruff, I think, behind you.
Yeah.
I think like it just
Yeah.
gives you more backbone in the business.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
I do. I agree.
Yeah.
Devon, like,
Your way.
do you have any females in your school that you're like going, okay, she has the it factor. I see her making it.
Oh yeah, we have a young lady named Casey who's was on AEW's television, who I believe now has a tryout as well with WWE at the PC Center. One of the girls that's in the NXT right now, her name is Lacey. I forget what they call her in NXT. I never could remember the name. But
Much,
yeah, she has the long braids and this and that. I mean, she's a phenomenal worker. I mean, I've had tons of girls go through with tryouts and things like that over there. So, you know, the
Wait,
school is,
excuse me, how long has she been there?
I'm going to say about 3 years.
Oh,
She the African American light skin with the blue eyes. and
Yes,
green eyes
yes,
with the
that's her.
I
Mhm.
love her. She's
Yeah,
also a dancer, isn't she? She does like hip hop dance and stuff.
yeah.
She,
Wait, wait.
I went there the first time I saw her.
Oh,
I didn't know. Is that her real name? The first time I didn't know that she went to your school. I didn't know she was one of your students. First time I saw her, I was like, that chick's a star.
There's so much product to watch these days.
There's
Oh my
too
God.
much product.
It's a great problem to have. I mean, my goodness, when I first started watching, you know, we had WCW and then that kind of went away and then it was kind of WWE or bust and, you know, and then Impact came around eventually. But yeah, we're lucky to be in a time now where there's almost too much to watch. It's a great problem to have.
Right.
Option. Well, I think it gives more options for the talent of places to go and grow and build their value. You know what I mean?
I mean, and that's the thing, because there might be stars in the making that don't have the ability to learn the right way because there's only one company. But if you have numerous companies, it's like back in the day when you had the NWA, you had the WWE, you had the UWF, you had all at the AWA, you had all of these different organizations. So you left WWE, you went to the AWA, then from the AWA went to the NWA, and then Mid-South, you know, and all of that. And by the time, or Japan,
yeah.
And then by the time you were done hitting all those territories, you come back to WWE, it's like, oh my God, he's back or she's back.
Yeah.
And it gives you a new, fresh feeling, but you've learned along the way.
Right.
And that's one of the great things I love about that, is that now you have Ring of Honor, you have AEW, you have Impact, you know, I mean, you have all these different organizations, MLW, you have all of these different organizations that when you leave WWE, if you got let go or what have you, because you didn't have it yet and they thought you did, now you can go somewhere else, get that, you know, what you were missing, and then come back.
Right.
Definitely. That's so cool. We're lucky to live in a time like that where there's a lot of options. But I hate to say it, we could chat with you for hours, Devon. It's been so wonderful to see you. But do you have any final notes for our fans that are watching that love you so much?
Can I say something? Like, can I say something? So I always, my hands are sweating because I was so excited to say this. When I went to the Rumble, I stayed an extra day to go visit ODB. And then we went to go visit Danny Davis from OVW. And my recommendation for everybody that's starting out, remember where you came from. Like I was talking to Danny Davis and he was like, I haven't heard from anybody. You girls are the ones that reach out to me and say hello, how much we appreciate you. And so ODB and I went to their 55 and over retirement community in Clearwater, which was like amazing. But they were like, you know, but I was like, I had to stay an extra day to say, I came back to the Rumble. You made me what I am. Do you know what I mean? You got to remember your roots, that kind of stuff too.
Totally.
And all the
And that's what I do.
Yeah, and then you have to learn the history of like who paved the way before you and
Yeah.
study psychology and looking at like, I studied a lot of Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat tapes. Those were my idols. And
Yep.
it's just like, it's like nice to like, to know what you're getting, appreciation.
Well,
So all
yep,
the
and
people that make it out, make it, always do a shout out to Devon because he made
Yeah.
you a fast
You know all your
wrestler.
students are watching this. They bet that's part of their learning process. They better be.
Yeah.
They better
oh,
be.
absolutely. Absolutely. It's great because, here it is. I guess this is the gay side of me coming out where, here we go. Dirt. She's going to start writing about that, where I can talk with women and talk for days about stuff because I kind of, it's almost like I can not sympathize. It's not the word. That's not the
You're a
right
big
word.
brother. You're a big brother.
Big brother. Yeah, there you go.
Big
'cause I
brother.
listen, I remember back before I got married and all of that. I remember, if I hang out with the girls, especially the girl that I like, maybe if she knows that I'm like just like her or what have you, maybe she'll say yes to me. Yeah, and it never worked with you three.
But damn you for trying.
Damn.
Damn the old college try. Oh, we love you so much. We're so great to see you.
The nice guys finish last, right? You were too nice.
Always,
probably.
I was
Too
too
nice,
nice.
yeah.
Oh, the hardest part was, trying to be that big brother role, and then some girl would say, oh, you like a big brother. I'm like, well, I don't want to be a big brother. I want to be more than that. Oh, stop it. I don't look at you that way. And I'm just like, no, please look at me that way. Please look at me that way.
Oh, we love that. We're just so happy to see you doing so well and thriving and being the big brother brown bear that we love. And we're so happy for all your success. It's just amazing to see you grow and keep evolving.
It really is. I mean, with the school, it's DDA. You can follow me on TESTIFY Devon, which is my Instagram and my Twitter. You can also find TESTIFY Devon on for the Facebook for the school and on Instagram as well. Devon Academy. It's Devon Academy. And I have a website, also devonacademy.com, where, again, some of the fans are coming to buy the t-shirt, the DDA t-shirt. I've got 8x10s on there. I've got all memorabilia, things that I've worn in the ring. I have also ECW memorabilia that I wore.
God.
I mean, it's great. I just the ECW black jersey that Bubba and I wore. That was, in so many battles with Balls Mahoney and Spike, New Jack and Mustafa. You name it, the Eliminators, the Pit Bulls, all of that stuff.
That's so cool.
That's on there as well. So I'm really happy with everything that's going on. Table Talk. You can also go to devonacademy.com. If you missed the show every Wednesday at 4 p.m., you can go to the website and check it out on the website as well. It's really going great for me. So I'm happy about that. And then of course, producing WWE. I'm just trying to make, I love WWE. And, I know sometimes, and Mickie, you can agree with it. Sometimes we get frustrated because sometimes things don't go our way or what have you. But in the long run, it has opened the door for so many things. And I'm so happy and so, thankful for that company for me to be able to do this because, you can't just wait for things to come sit in your lap. You got to go get it. And that's what I was sitting after my stroke. I said, school is doing well. I'm not going to lose that. And, for instance, I remember when it happened and I had to tell the students, I basically did a FaceTime because I wanted them to see me and to see the vibrant, look on my face and say, hey, listen, I'm not going to let this stroke beat me. I'm not going to sit here and I don't want you to feel sorry for me. I'm coming back. And when I get back to Winter Park, I'm coming back and everything's going to be back to normal. But I wanted them to see that because when they heard that I had the stroke, from what I heard from some of the other people that were there, some of them were like, oh my God, what's going to happen now? So I wanted to show them that I was going to be okay.
You're a fighter.
Yeah, I'm a fighter. And exactly. And that's what I did. So between that and then, like I said, making sure the school is up and running good, the Table Talk, I'm just trying to get my hands in every little thing. I have a detailing business down in Fort Lauderdale or West Palm Beach, I could say. And we basically service the whole, like the South Florida. We surface mid Florida, like Orlando area, things like that. Along the coast, Melbourne, Cocoa, even on the West Coast. You know, we have a mobile unit.
Car detailing? Car detailing?
Yes, car detailing.
Wow.
Nice.
You don't
Entrepreneur.
worry. We are going to make sure that you guys are hooked up with every link imaginable to make sure that you're following Devon and all of his fantastic endeavors. And we're so proud of you, Devon. Cheers for
Thank
being
you.
here. We love you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
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 Don't forget to subscribe, everybody, and watch Table Talk right before our show on Wednesdays. We love Devon. Thanks for being here, everybody.
Thank you guys. Love you guys.
Testify. Testify.
My sister. Oh, testify.
Ah.
My sister.
This is the word of God, y'all.